And in the beginning, it would actually work the opposite way. I had a lot of negative energy and negative thoughts. So I would actually manifest things to go wrong for me. Like I'd be dating, talking to a girl, and I would be really wanting her to like me back and wanting her to keep seeing me. And then even if she was super into me on the first 2, 3 dates, she'll like disappear. So like I also, what you have to understand too is when you have strong energy, you can either massively repel things or massively attract things. So when you have strong energy, when you've had deep spiritual awakenings, you got to really be cognizant of the energy you're putting out there because your energy is so strong that it's going to come back to you. So you have to remember manifesting is not just creating positive things. It's reflecting who you are in the external world. So if who you are is, judgment and pain and suffering and sadness and anger, and that's who you live, where you live most of your day, fear, then you're going to create a reality of that. And if you have strong energy, you're going to create a powerful negative reality. And that's what happened to me is I created a powerful negative reality because my energy was so strong. But then as I healed myself, as I released these trapped emotions, then I was able to actually powerfully create a beautiful, nearly perfect reality. Because now I've done the healing. I have almost no childhood wounds whatsoever. The main things I have are kind of just like, discipline issues. I need to get better at kind of like sticking to the plan and like staying true to myself in that way. But in terms of emotional health, like there's nothing that gets me down from the past, and I rarely get triggered. I guess the one thing is sometimes I get irritated, and I haven't fully healed my like frustration and irritation, but I've really healed like everything else. There's so many insecurities I used to have that I just don't have anymore. There's so many limiting beliefs that I used to have that I just don't have anymore. All these beliefs that I used to have that held me back are just gone. And it's because I've done the work. You can't just awaken the energy and expect things to change. You have to actually heal yourself so that your strong energy can project a strong, positive message and not a negative one. So the next thing it gave me is a weird claircognizance, I guess is what people would call it. There's different types of psychic abilities, and the one that I was gifted with is claircognizance. So what happens is randomly, I'll have thoughts in my head that I know are true, and then I'll find out that they're true later. And it happens to me all the time. And I'm able to pick things up. My mind sometimes knows how to do things and also what to say and different things that I never have practiced or rehearsed or done anything. And I just do them. And it's just spontaneous. And what it really is I'm being an open channel for the higher entities and for God. I'm just being an open channel. And this is what being a mystic is about, everyone. All my mystics out there, all my modern mystics out there. That's what being a mystic is about. It's about being a channel for God. It's about being a channel for the light. It's about being a gemstone that shines beautiful crystalline energy frequencies into the atmosphere of a distorted place. That's what being a mystic is. That's what it is. You don't need to sit in a cave in the Himalayas to be a mystic. You just need to sit in your meditation and project beautiful energy and connect to your divine purpose here and allow that to be expressed through you like a flower blossoming. That's what we are as mystics. We are tools of God. We are light workers. We are tapping into the divine light and reminding Earth about it. We're reminding Earth this divine light is supposed to be here in every single moment. It's not supposed to ever be disguised and hidden. It's supposed to be so blatant and obvious in every moment that it's unavoidable and undeniable. It must be that for us to return to our original states in pure bliss, or what people might call heaven. And that's what we're doing. That's what you're doing here. That's what I'm doing. We're downloading frequencies from above and we're passing them on to those who need it. So remember that just by being a frequency holder, you're changing the world. Just by holding that high state of consciousness, just by holding forgiveness and love and truth in your heart. That's what truth is forgiveness and love and much more. But forgiveness and love are deep, important parts of the truth of reality. So when you hold this state of consciousness, you're filtering. You're a filter for this world. You're a Brita filter that this world is being poured into and coming out cleaner. So make sure you clean your filter. Don't make sure there's no mold in there. Because if there's mold in your filter, then the water you put in there is going to get dirtier. So don't do that. Don't filter the water when you're moldy. Heal the filter, which is your heart. Your filter is like, your heart is like a Brita filter. And if you can heal it and keep it clean, then you can just dump energy in there and it's going to purify it into beautiful harmonic energy and you're going to love it. So, yeah. Then the other thing that I got is a really strong ability to read energy and read auras. So ever since my Kundalini awakening, when I see someone, I see all of their pain, not all of it, but I see the structure of their pain and their joy. I see where they operate from in their body. I see which chakras are underactive and hyperactive and balanced. And I can look at someone and I can just sense all that stuff about them. And especially with muscle testing, you can clarify it too, which muscle testing we'll talk about some other time, but you can look it up if you want to. But you can, what happened is because so much energy came through me with my Kundalini awakening, my third eye was able to see clearly. And I'm now able, if I focus on someone, I can see the colors of their aura. And if I'm just perceiving the feeling of their aura, then I can detect a lot of other things about them. I can usually tell when people are lying. I can tell when people have, I can tell where people are acting from, if they're acting from love or ego or pain or from trying or judgment. I can see where they're sitting in their head when I look at them because my third eye is open, expanded, and balanced. And it's cool. It's not as cool as you might think, but also what I can do is if I sit down and I open my third eye, I can see colors and visuals go through my head, which is cool, but it's not necessarily that useful, at least yet. Because I'm not really a vision type of guy. I don't really get like visions of like symbols. It's like, oh wow, that means this. That doesn't really happen to me. I get messages in the form of thoughts and information. I get downloads in that way, not in visual ways. But I do see visual things. Like when I look around, I can usually see different energies and colors and sparkles that are in other dimensions. And yeah, so the main thing that you want to expand on this with is the 4 principles of being a modern mystic. So the 4 principles of the modern mystic are as follows. Number 1, so we'll breathe. Let's get into the zone before we go through these principles. So principle number 1 is to have faith in the higher power. Whatever that is, your higher self, God, spirit guides, angels, whatever you want to call it, the universe. Faith in the higher power. Because it's not you doing it. You're not the manifester. You're just like the tip of the finger. You're the one creating it technically, but there's a whole divine mind behind you that's moving you. So remember that it's not all on your shoulders. God's got your back so much. Your spirit guides have got your back. Your angels have got your back. Your ancestors that are in high vibrations have got your back. You have so much support. It's crazy. Every person here has so much energetic support. And especially if you decide to devote a part of your life to service and helping other people, then you're going to get even more support. Because the higher beings want people like us to spread these messages, to, heal the world through food, through society, through the corporate America, corporations, through psychology, all these different areas that need so much reform that we can bring into it. And if you choose to do something that's going to benefit the world, then you bet you're going to get a ton of support. And even if you don't, even if you just want to live a cool, happy life and love people, which also heals the world, then you're going to get a ton of support in doing that too. But only if you ask for it and surrender to it. So you have to say, I ask for help from my higher self. Because your higher self operates on the laws of free will and cannot go against your free will. And God can't do it either. You got to give permission. So just say, God, universe, I give you permission to make my life as amazing as you can. Show me how amazing my life can get. That's a great affirmation to do. Show me how amazing my life can get. Say that to God. Say that to the universe. Ask and you shall receive, like they say in the Bible. Ask and you shall receive is so true. So many people out there, they think they're asking, but really the way they're asking is they're like, oh, why don't I have this? I want this. I don't have it. So they're focusing on the lack. That's not asking for it. You have to say, can I have this? I'd like to have this manifest to me. I'd like to have the money for a new car because I really need this car. And then you say, thank you. And then you let it go. And then it comes to you if you're in the energetic alignment to receive it.